I had to think about this, and because I have the Seahawks winning, 99% sure it has to be a Seahawk. I mean, I know Jerry West did that once in the NBA, but I don't think anybody else has ever done that. Not to my recollection of losing the
John.
finals. Welcome back, Benchwarmers. It's finally here.
Yep.
The peak, the climax of the NFL season. Now, I'm not going to shed a tear, even though I'd like to. Because we do have a fantastic game, hopefully, on our hands coming up this Sunday. But obviously, that signals the end of the NFL season. And what a crazy, fun NFL season it's been. Corey, excited for Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah, definitely. Not a matchup I think we anticipated when the season started. I think if we went back and did our preseason picks, definitely either of us would not have had these two teams in here. So
I would agree. We did have the Patriots doing better, doing
Yes.
well, but we did not. And we had, I think I had the Seahawks being average or slightly above. But no, none of them, I agree with you. We didn't have either of these teams making the runs that they did, not only in the regular season, but obviously in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Vrabel wins Coach of the Year tonight at the NFL Awards.
Is that what it did? Okay.
Drake May finishes second in MVP to Matt Stafford. So big turnaround, obviously, part of those two guys. And Vrabel went in at $100 million in cap space and went in there and completely turned everything over. And, they went from 4 wins to or 3 wins or whatever to 13 or 14. Like, it's just a crazy turnaround. And, it's weird because, like, normally at this point, everyone, I think, is either we love the Patriots or we hate them because they've been there forever and it's Tom Brady. But this is a different version of the Patriots, which I don't know. There's not really as much hate as there was in the years past versions. So it's kind of interesting.
Especially being the underdogs in the game, 4.5-point underdogs. Again, as everybody knows, Levi Stadium hosting Seahawks Patriots, 4.5-point dogs are the Pats. And I think that maybe that's why, right? They were so bad after Brady. Well, even towards the end of Brady, I mean, they lost. I think they lost to didn't the Titans beat the? Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we thought Tom Brady's last pass of his career was that interception, but
pick
it was
six.
Pass of the Patriot.
Yeah, exactly. So it was the Titans. I do remember that game because it was a sad game. I remember. No offense to you guys, but I was definitely rooting for the Pats, obviously. So yeah, I mean, it's. I think that's why. It's got to be just the stigma of that whole nucleus is gone, and then they've had some pretty off years since then, and so I think just the craziness has worn off, and I'm wondering if this year off, or maybe if it turns into 2 years off for Kansas City, might do the same thing.
Yeah, it's a very good point. I mean, like you said, there was that time where the Patriots had their run with Brady, and then they had a couple years, and then they had a good run, kind of. So yeah, it could be Kansas City having their opportunity to kind of regroup and get ready for another run here. But you know what? Let's just, before we get started into prediction stuff, I'm just going to give a few kind of just bullet points of the game. As you mentioned, it's on Sunday, 3:30 on NBC. If anybody's interested on what channel, you can stream it on Peacock. It'll be Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, which this is Mike Tirico's first Super Bowl he's calling, which is kind of cool. I'm surprised it's his first one. So
yeah, I don't know how people are going to feel about it. I feel like these are the two people don't like anymore, and I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm not, but I'm not a hater. I don't understand. Okay, Chris Collinsworth glazes the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes a lot.
I bet you. I wonder what the over/under of him mentioning Patrick Mahomes in this game is. I'm just saying, should be a drinking game.
Down. Me and you could do it. We'll text each other about it. But I am props for Mike Tirico, though. To be honest with you, he's a long time, and I kind of like him. I mean, he seems chill. I get people. I don't know. People don't
Tirico's
like him. But people
done
don't
it
like
all.
anybody.
He's done NBA. He's doing, and then right after the
Olympics.
Super Bowl's over, he's going to go to Italy and do Olympics. Like, he's got a lot of stuff going on in the next couple weeks here with the NBC. So, but excited for them to do the call. If you're going to be, I don't know if the opening ceremony part with Green Day is on, but they're a Bay Area band, so they're going to open it up.
Okay.
Charlie Puth is doing the national anthem.
I like Charlie Puth.
Brandy Carlisle's doing America the Beautiful. Coco Jones, Lift Every Voice and Sing, and then Bad Bunny at halftime. Who knows what guests he could have, because I know everyone always has a couple guests usually during a halftime show, so it'll be interesting to see. But then when it comes to game time, it's 3:30, 3:45 by the time we kick. I don't know why they tell us the time. We never kick off at the right time.
It's just for fun, Corey, okay?
But I also work in the industry where, like, we're going to start a game at this time, and we never start at this time. So I don't know why they even have a schedule. It's annoying, but that's just my personal thing.
Hey, you know what? You get your opinion. This is your show. You tell your opinion.
That's what we're here for.
Exactly. So yeah, super fun. I'm just side note. I'm probably going to be missing the halftime show. TPUSA is doing a alternate halftime show. I'm probably going to be catching that one. There's a couple of the people that I like performing. I don't know anything about Bad Bunny. I don't speak Spanish, and I'm not knocking people who speak Spanish. I'm not knocking that he speaks Spanish. I'm just saying I don't know any of it. So I'm gonna
I
go
think it's
watch the
funny
people that I
to
do
me
know.
because I always people I like the halftime show is always a controversy every year because it's who they pick. I don't remember the last time I cared about who played at halftime
Yeah,
ever in my life. I don't give a shit. It's 30 minutes so I can drink and eat and take a break of football. So whoever's playing in the background on the fish tank, I don't give a shit. So
Okay, I'm not
English,
gonna lie
Spanish,
though.
whatever music, I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie though, the LA one was kind of sick with
Okay,
all the
well,
rap
Dr.
artists that
Dre,
we
Snoop
grew up with.
Dogg,
Right?
50 Cent,
Yeah. Eminem. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Okay, that one kind of cool. But again, I don't normally. And Kendrick was cool last year, but I really don't care about the music. That's not why I'm watching the
I'm
game.
with
I
you.
know that's
I'm with you.
how they get the casual fans to watch the Super Bowl and care and the commercials. I'm there for football, so give me the game. Everything else, I'm gonna be eating and drinking and going up and down to the bathroom in between. I don't give a shit what's on the TV. Let's play.
True. Last side note before you get mad at me for bringing up halftime shows.
No, I just think it's funny because I don't care about them, but some people do. It's just funny to me.
I'm indifferent about them. I'm neutral. What I do like is when they're good. And the last one that I really, really liked, okay, besides actually I think that was before, was actually Rihanna during the Chiefs Eagles one. I actually really liked not last year's Chiefs Eagles, the first Chiefs Eagles version of that. Yeah. I think she killed it, bro. I forgot I didn't realize I like so many Rihanna songs. So I like that.
I agree. That's how I feel about some of these things too. I'm like, I don't even know who this is, and then they play through. I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
I really like this guy or gal. Yeah,
I'm not good at who they are, but if I hear it and I recognize it, oh yeah, I know this song.
That's funny. All right, little other random pieces of trivia here before we kind of get into how we think the game might unfold. I'm just going to name a couple of them here. Mike Vrabel, your old head coach, former linebacker for the Super Bowl winning Patriots, could become the first person to win a Super Bowl as a player and a coach for the same team. Has it been done before as a player and a coach, just different teams? I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I would think so. I got to think with all the guys that have been coaches, it's got to happen before. But I just remember hearing this would be the first time same coach organization doing it as a player and a coach. And again, like you said, as a Titans fan, I'm a Vrabel fan because I think we shouldn't have fired him when we did. But
true,
always rooting for Vrabel, and it'd be kind of cool to see some history. I'm always cool for the historic stuff when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's true. That's fun. Speaking of history, these two teams have history. Granted, completely different.
Versions.
Completely different versions because it was 11 years ago. So obviously the turnover from not only coach but like pretty much all the players, if not all of the players.
McDaniels might be the only one.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, very true. McDaniels is back again, but he's defending. He's going against a completely different defense. So. Yeah. Winner though, 10th time that's happened. Winner though, in the previous 9, 6-3. If you win the first one, you win the second one 2/3 of the time.
All right. Well, the Chiefs.
That's what I'm hoping for
last year. So.
Aw, dang it. True. Shoot. All right. Let me do one more here, and I'll let you get you throw some out here. Because I'm a big fan of this guy, TreVeyon Henderson.
I knew you were going to be excited for this one.
TreVeyon Henderson, I absolutely hate. And I can say it now because the season's over. Hate Ohio State, but could be going for back-to-back titles. Now, granted, not back-to-back Super Bowls, but back-to-back championships. Was the NCAA title winner last year with Ohio State. Boo. And is going for a Super Bowl this year. Also, big Christ follower. Shout out to TreVeyon. What's crazy is, real quick, before you go, I actually saw a bunch of people. Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator, big Christ follower. There's a lot of people. I think DeMarcus Lawrence was on. A lot of people talking about it in Super Bowl week. So happy for that. So go ahead.
All right. So some other things that Pats have been here forever, as we know, a million times. This will be their 12th Super Bowl appearance. Just since 10th since 2000. And if you think about it, 11 of those 12 have been under Robert Kraft's ownership because he owned them in the 90s when they went with Drew Bledsoe that time. So Robert Kraft should be in the Hall of Fame. We'll get to that in a minute as a side note. But they're also going for their 7th Super Bowl title, which would make them the most in sport in NFL history. They're tied right now with the Steelers at 6 apiece. Going into this matchup, the last 21 years, teams wearing the white jerseys are 16-5. Pats are wearing white jerseys. Seahawks are wearing navies. So
okay, let's go white, not race jersey. Just so we're clear.
The jerseys they're wearing on the field, not the skin tone underneath.
I'm indifferent of that.
And now the last one I'm going to have you do because you're the one that looked this up and brought this idea of this little like kind of weird stat. So go for it.
So I had heard, and apparently it's true. Since 2000, this century, there have been 9 matchups where a Super Bowl is in the middle of two teams that have to travel. One would have to travel from the West Coast moving east. One would obviously have to travel from the East Coast moving west. Every single time that's happened, the team that is flying from the East, traveling west, has won the Super Bowl completely 9-0. We'll throw a little graphic up on the screen so you can kind of see it. Someone put this together on Reddit. It's not me, but thank you for whoever did this on Reddit. You can see basically kind of where they're at, the location on the left, the losing team that had to travel from the West Coast over, and the team that had to travel from the East.
Kind of goes in that theory of West Coast teams on Sunday mornings playing on the East Coast, how they don't do very well. It's kind of the same concept, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Going west.
Yeah, very, very good point. Very good point. However, it's Seattle and San Francisco. Yeah, aren't those like straight up? Don't worry, guys. Corey and I did the research for you. So when they say they're moving west or moving east, I don't know do they mean the middle of the city? Do they mean where the stadium is? I don't know what they mean. So what Corey and I did, we looked it up online. We found the coordinates of Lumen Field, negative 100, blah, blah, and the coordinates of Levi Stadium. Figured out Lumen Field is 0.32 degrees west of Levi Stadium. Not even 1 degree, literally 0.32 degrees west, which after some more Googling is about 20 to 25 miles worth of travel. Damn. Does this count, Corey, as traveling east?
Yeah, because they still have to travel south and then east, technically.
Like 20 miles. Yeah, that's
now the airport they land in might not be east of where they land from where they came from.
I didn't think about the landing. I'm just going stadiums.
Is east from Lumen Field as we looked it up. Stadium to stadium, it is technically eastward. And obviously New England is coming west from Boston. So we need
obviously
to that one.
No, that one I didn't have to measure. No.
You didn't verify that one?
I did not verify. I just kind of eyeballed that one. I was like, you know what? I think they're moving this way a little bit. Yeah.
So it is a weird stat, but again, we talked about, as I mentioned, those Sunday mornings when teams from like the Chargers go play in Baltimore and it's 10 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and they screw it up and lose. Like their number on those are not very good. So it's a very similar aspect, but I don't know. It's a weird number, but they're so spread out, and it's not like any of the teams are the same. So
I'm just saying 9-0. 9-0.
It is a lot.
So I've got teams that wear white and 9-0 on my side. However, I did see a stat that Danny Parkins threw out today, or on First Things First. When a team, this is since the merger now, 1970, when a team has the number 1 ranked scoring defense and they are playing in the Super Bowl, they are 14-4.
Dang. Okay, that's pretty
Seahawks obviously have the number 1 scoring defense. Patriots, number 4, so not too far behind them, but the stat doesn't say when you're number 4. The stat says when you're number 1. So take that as you may. A couple weird stats that kind of point which color they're wearing and where they're traveling to the Patriots. Legitimate stats based on actual play on the field, a little bit more towards the Seahawks. So now let's get to a little bit of the picks. We're going to go a little bit better. We're not picking props or touchdowns or anything like that. We're going to go money line spread over under. Give you what maybe our score would be and who we've got in as the MVP.
Sounds good. Now, are we going to go pick back and forth, or are we doing each of us do our whole thing all the way through?
Yeah, let's go back and forth.
Okay.
You go first.
Right. So winning the game with the score, I have the Seahawks winning 30-17.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
To be honest with you, I don't have a dog in the fight in this one. May the best team win. So.
Wait, come on. What?
Well, no, that was Tom's answer. I'm just because I got the jersey. Okay,
sorry.
You know what I mean?
Let me rephrase the question. I'm sorry, you're wearing Tom Brady's jersey.
Yeah.
Tom for a second.
Okay. Correct.
Brendan,
what
do you think of it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, no problem. Well, I actually, as much as I'm rooting for the Patriots, I do have a dog in the fight. Somewhat a Patriots fan just because of the whole Tom connection. I do have the Seahawks winning this one. This 14-4 stat, number 1 defense, and Sam Darnold's not as bad as everyone thinks with a pretty stacked offense is got it. Money line, 27-17, which obviously means they cover that 4.5.
Yep. Yeah, we both got them covering the 4.5. That's not the question. It's more so of you have, based on our scores, you have the over under not getting
I got under, yeah.
And I've got the over. So
you got the over. Okay.
We're opposite there. Now, when it comes to MVP of the game with a high scoring, a little bit of a high scoring for the Seahawks in our minds, who do you have taking home the MVP trophy?
So I had to think about this, and because I have the Seahawks winning, 99% sure it has to be a Seahawk. I mean, I know Jerry West did that once in the NBA, but I don't think anybody else has ever done that. Not to my recollection of losing the
John
finals, but still.
and then NHL and McDavid, but a couple times.
Oh yeah, McDavid. I remember the McDavid one. Yeah, that was recent. That was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. I remember that one. So yeah, that makes sense. So it's pretty rare. So I'm assuming it's going to be, because I have the Seahawks winning, it's going to be a Seahawk. The easy one is Darnold, but what I think is going to happen is they're going to use their best weapon, and their best weapon is Jackson Smith-Njigba. They use him really well. In fact, when they were playing the Rams, I saw him line up in the backfield. The play that he was scored the touchdown, I'm not even kidding you, and only because why is JSN in the backfield? He's a receiver. It's because they're trying to throw off the defense, and they're probably going to throw it to him. Nobody freaking covered him. Wide open for the touchdown. Before the snap played, I said, they're going to throw it to Njigba, to my wife. Mm-hmm. They say Hike and Njigba for a touchdown. So I'm saying that because they're going to use him in the backfield. They're going to use him out wide. They're going to use him in the slot. They're going to use him deep. They're going to use him everywhere. And because of that, I think he has a pretty big game. Close to 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. JSN for the MVP.
Wow. Okay. Now, you're right about it's easy for going Darnold, because that's the route I went for MVP. But the only reason I went that route instead of JSN, as you said, is I feel like JSN's going to have a good game, but I think that the you mentioned that the Patriots defense is pretty good. Vrabel's a former Super Bowl linebacker, so they're going to be prepared. I think Njigba will have a nice day. I just don't know if he's going to have an amazing day. I think they're going to make Darnold kind of spread it out a little more, and they're going to have to use the run game. So I think that Darnold ultimately will have a couple touchdowns. I just think it's going to be spread out from a couple guys. So I think Darnold ends up with the MVP trophy, which would not only make him the first USC quarterback to ever start a Super Bowl, first USC quarterback to win
a Super Bowl
MVP trophy,
and then win the MVP on top of that. Wow,
pretty cool.
That's a good point. And to your point, actually, one of the things, if I'm assuming he's doing the same thing, one of the things Bill Belichick is famous for is beat us without that guy.
Yep, exactly.
You know what? If you can beat us without that guy, props to you.
Exactly,
so
absolutely.
To your point, maybe Vrabel's kind of doing that same thing. We're taking away that guy. If Cooper Kupp goes off on us and Kenneth Walker is going for 200 yards and 2, so be it.
Yep.
That guy won't. So you know what? Maybe I just have seen Jackson Smith-Njigba, the way Tom Brady talks about him and how fluid he runs routes. Dan Orlovsky said he's got video game joystick mobility. Like, it's just like, it's insane. So I'm just saying, you know what? Let's switch it up. But I see your point, though, with the Darnold thing, because I do think that the Patriots are probably going to look to take away their best thing.
Absolutely. That's usually what good defenses do, is take away your best options and then make you beat us with whatever else you got.
I'm excited for this game, dude. There's a couple things that I look forward to as we get closer to the playoffs. No Bills and no Niners. So it's a good Super Bowl for me. As much as I'm rooting for the Patriots, I'm not a huge Seahawks fan.
There's no Peyton Manning in it, so I'm good.
So you're good, bro. It's a great day. That's fun. That's good. I'm looking forward to it, dude. Maybe, if you're not doing anything, we can hang out.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for some squares, too. Let's get some good numbers.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you did have some good numbers. What do you have, like 1 and 0?
I've got a 2-6.
3 and 1? 2 and 6.
7-1. That's the one.
7-1. That was the good one.
4-3.
That's not
0-5. 0-5, yeah.
0-5 is not that great. But the 2 middle ones, not bad. Not bad.
2 out of the 4 I got are decent, so I got a shot. We'll see what happens.
Let us know in the comments below who you've got lifting the Lombardi on Sunday.
Also, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at RVUFTB and let us know who you got winning the MVP. And if it's not Darnold, that's JSN. Who the hell is it going to be? And as always, we appreciate you stopping by.
And seeing this from RV from the bench. Remember, if nobody loves you, Jesus loves you. Peace. Go Pats.
This was a Sycamore 4th Studios production.